Her voice wasn't scared. It was flat, to calm, to rehearsed. "Dad, don't ever go back to that house." I froze, one hand still tugging the zipper on her overnight bag. I looked up. She was standing by the door, backpack slung over one shoulder. Her face unreadable. She was 8. 8-year-olds don't talk like that. I crouched to her level, trying to catch her eyes. "Why? What happened?" No answer. Just the softest exhale, a breath heavy with something far beyond her years. Then she reached into her backpack, pulled out the old phone I'd given her to play games on, and held it out to me. "Look at this, Dad." The screen lit up, and a video began to play. It was grainy, shaky, like it had been recording from a pocket or a purse. For a moment, there was only background noise. Then I heard her voice. "My mother-in-law, she has no idea, just like her father didn't. Poor man, all those years and he still thinks she's his." Laughter, cold, confident. Then another voice joined in. "My wife's, I know, but don't worry, he won't figure it out. He never does." Silence, my heart stopped. My mouth dried. I couldn't speak. They were talking about my daughter, about Lily. I replayed it once, twice, 3 times. The words didn't change. She's not his. He won't figure it out. But I had. Once you know, you can't unknow. I looked. At Lily, the little girl who clung to me after nightmares, who called me daddy when she scraped her knees, who sat on my shoulders at every fair, who cried when I left for work. I'd held her in the hospital. I'd cut the cord. I'd sung her to sleep. But I wasn't her father. Not by blood. They'd stolen that truth from me. I didn't scream. Cry didn't even confront her mother. I just tucked Lily into bed, kissed her on the forehead, and whispered, "I love you." Then I sat on the couch and stared at the wall for hours, memories playing in reverse. Every birthday, every bedtime story, every tooth I helped her pull, if she wasn't mine. What was I, and what were they? I needed proof, the kind no lie could dodge. I walked to the bathroom, took Lily's toothbrush, swabbed the inside of my own cheek, sent it off for a private test. While I waited, I watched them. My wife didn't notice the change. Or maybe she did, and mistook my silence for surrender. She still kissed me good morning, still asked what I wanted for dinner, still scrolled through her phone, screen angled away. She was always careful with her phone. So one night, while she was in the shower, I cloned it. That's when I found them. The messages, "He's acting weird." "You don't think she told him, do you? She's just a child. Don't panic. Stick to the story." Every message was a knife. They weren't just lying to me. They were building a stage around it. Performance. And I was the only one who didn't have a script. 4 days later, results came in. Paternity. 0%. No fireworks. No emotional collapse. Just a man staring at a piece of paper that rewrote his entire past. They used me, 8 years of lies dressed as love. I waited for Sunday dinner. Her mother's house. The stage where the lie was always dressed up to look like family. The wine was flowing. Laughter filled the room. My wife sat beside me, smiling like everything was whole. "Can you pass the salt?" I asked. She did. Still smiling, I placed the folded paternity report on the table. She didn't touch it. Her mother did. One glance, her hand froze around her glass. My wife looked down. Her smile wilted. She opened it. She didn't speak, didn't deny, didn't beg. She looked at me like I'd just become the villain in her story. I leaned in, voice low and even. "She knows, Lily." She heard everything. My wife crumbled. A sob twisted into a gasp. But it wasn't her who broke first. Her mother hissed, "You shouldn't have." This was between us. I stood, calm as ice. "No, it was between you. I was just the idiot in the room." I turned to Lily. She sat at the far end of the table, hands clenched around the edge of her chair. Her small eyes filled with too much understanding. I knelt beside her. "You're mine," I whispered. "No matter what they say, you're mine." She didn't cry. She just nodded. Once, I handed her the small overnight bag I had packed the night before, just in case. Let's go. She didn't look back. Neither did I. Behind us, dishes clattered. Voices rose. Rage burned. But I'd already left everything that mattered. The video was still on her phone, locked. Ready to play when she tried to use it again? I didn't need to scream, didn't need to fight. My revenge wasn't rage. It was truth, and truth doesn't beg to be believed, just waits to be seen. That night we stayed in a hotel, quiet, dim, safe. She curled into me. We didn't talk, and for the first time in days, I slept. The next morning, I filed for divorce. No arguments, no custody battle, just one phrase on the form. Fraudulent paternity. Let the courts decide the rest. But I already knew what mattered. She wasn't mine by blood, but love. Love has nothing to do with DNA and betrayal. Betrayal cuts deeper than any test result. My wife lost a husband. Her mother lost control, and I lost an illusion. But sometimes, losing the lie is the only way you can finally live. I'll never go back to that house, but she'll never forget that I left it with her, with the truth, they thought. I wouldn't figure it out, but they forgot one thing. I'm the one who taught her to watch, to listen, and now she knows. The people we trust most can sometimes hide the deepest betrayals, but truth has a way of rising. If something feels wrong, listen to it. If someone breaks your trust, don't let them break your spirit. Power and quiet strength. In walking away with your dignity and with the truth, and if someone you love is watching, teach them to see, always.